Hello, crafty friends. This is Anya General with Ink, Paper, Scissors. Today, I'm sharing 2 cards with you that I made with the products from day 21 of the Spellbinders Advent Calendar. Today's surprise is a popsicle. This is a great die for summer cards. There were a total of 7 dies in today's window, which I'm showing you here. Now let's move on to our card. Here's the first card we will be creating today. For today's card, you will need the dies from day 21, day 17, and day 4. We will also be using the stamp set from day 19 and the embossing folder that has O's and X's and squiggly lines. If you are in the craft room, take your dies, embossing folder, and some paper and create with me. Today we're starting with the embossing folder. I'm using my Spellbinders Platinum 6 machine and the universal plate system, which is the best tool to have for embossing folders. It takes the guesswork away when you're trying to decide which plates to use for which brand of embossing folder. Spellbinders has a list on their website to show you which sandwich you need for different types of embossing folders, and you just have to follow their sandwich guidance. For my embossing folder today, I'm using Platform Base A, Platform Top B, then my embossing folder with my paper, and then the clear cutting plate on top. I created 5 embossed images today, but you will only need 3 for today's card. After I finished embossing my panels, I'm placing my embossed panels with the raised side down onto my glass mat. Then I'm taking my Catherine Puller ink pad. The color that I'm using today is Queen for a Day. This is a beautiful deep purple color. Here, I am using the direct ink pad to paper technique. The technique is to put the ink pad fully down on the paper and slide it gently down the paper until my paper is saturated with the ink. You could repeat it several times if your ink pad is a bit dry like mine. The ink will smooth out, as most inks have some type of smoothing agent in them. You just have to patiently lay the paper aside and let it dry. This technique works best with foam ink pads. It will work with felt ink pads also, but the color will be more textured, which will give it additional interest. Also keep in mind that this is also a great technique if you want to match your inks with your cardstock for any project. You could create your own colored cardstock with your inks by using this technique. Another tip, the larger the area you're inking up, the juicier you want your ink pad to be. So if you're using it on a full A2 panel like I did, you may want to re-ink your ink pad first if you haven't re-inked it in a while. It's time now to take out my Tim Holtz trimmer and cut down the images to the edge of the embossed line. Once you cut 3 panels along the edge of the embossing, you can set your trimmer aside. With 3 panels, you should have enough to cover your card base. Then it's time to lay out your panels with the color side down on our glass mat. Then we're aligning the pattern and the edges of the cardstock and taping the edges with Spellbinders Best Tape to hold the pieces together. Once we have taped the 3 pieces together, we take out our Tim Holtz trimmer again and cut our panel down to 5 inches by 3.75 inches. Now it's time to die cut our popsicle ice cream and the largest frame from day 17. You could assemble the popsicle die cut with all kinds of color combinations. I decided to go with the famous orange creamsicle since those were my favorite as a kid. Then I'm pulling out my Altenew sticky mat and taking my orange blending brush to gently ink my largest frame panel. I am gently ink blending from the middle out in circles. Every once in a while, I will move my die cut onto the panel so that I can see if there's enough depth on my background. I decided to add a little bit of red onto my background to darken it a little. And again, I only used what was left on my red ink blending brush. Then the only thing we need is a sentiment before we can assemble the card. I'm using my small Misty and a white piece of scrap paper. Then I'm taking my flag die from day 4 and laying it on my Misty door and placing my sentiment strip stamp from day 19 in the middle of the die. I'm using the happy birthday sentiment today. I am bending the stamp to fit inside my die. Once I'm happy with how wavy my stamp is, I add some more pressure onto it to make sure that it is tightly stuck to my MISTI door so it doesn't move. Then I'm carefully removing my die from around the stamp, and I'm taking my VersaFine Onyx Black ink to ink up my stamp and stamp it twice. I'm applying gentle pressure when stamping since this is a sentiment strip, and putting too much pressure on it will make the stamp come out uneven. Then it's time to die cut my sentiment on my Anna Griffin die cutting machine off screen. Now it's time to finally assemble our little popsicle. And as always, while I'm assembling the die cut, I will play some music for you, and I'll be back later in the video to finish up the card. Now that we have assembled our die cut, it's time to put our card together. I'm taking our background that we created earlier and adding glue to the back. Then I'm gluing it onto my A2 card base. Then I'm stacking up die cuts for my sentiment strip. So the sentiment strip has dimension. I am also stacking up die cuts for my popsicle background so it is more solid since I used 80-pound cardstock. Then it is time to bring in my foam tape and my foam squares. I'm adding foam tape to the back of my film strip die and foam squares to my popsicle and adding it to my card. I always use glue on my foam squares or strips, even though there is adhesive already on it. The glue gives me time to move my die cuts to the position that I really want it before it is permanent. Then I'm gluing my sentiment strip beneath my popsicle and my card is finished. I decided to add some Spellbinders Aurora Borealis gems, one above the popsicle and two below, and my card is complete. Now let's move on to our second card and step it up a little. Here is the card that we will be creating. We will be using the same supplies, we will just use different inks this time. So again, we're starting out by embossing. For this card, we will need 4 panels, but you may want to emboss an additional one in case you need an extra. I am using my Spellbinders Platinum 6 die cutting machine with my universal plate system. I am again using the same sandwich as before. I'm starting with the platform base A on the bottom, platform top B, then my embossing folder with my paper, and then the clear cutting plate on top. Once I've embossed my paper panel, I'm just snipping it apart to make my embossing easier. Once I have a few panels embossed, I am taking my Tim Holtz trimmer and cutting each design in a strip apart. I'm trying to cut right up to the embossed area without cutting into it. Having my X's, my O's, and my squiggly lines cut apart gives me a ton of possibilities of creating a background. You could create a background with only O's or only squiggly lines, or you could piece the strips together in a subway pattern mixing the designs. There's so many possibilities. I'm taking a rainbow assortment of my Catherine Puller inks and using the ink pad to paper technique on each strip. The colors I'm using today are, in order of how I'm using them, 16 Candles, Oh Boy, Something Borrowed, Martini, Limoncello, Orange Peel, and Samba. Before I start inking up my strips, I am deciding in which order I will be laying my strips. Then I am laying each strip with the raised side down and inking up my strip without applying too much pressure. I started with 16 candles and then moved on to Oh Boy and continued to keep the order of a rainbow. Once I have my strips inked, I'm cleaning my work surface and getting some tape pieces as I will be needing a lot of them this time. I'm laying my strips with the color side down and starting to adhere them together with tape in order that I want them to be. I decided to keep the same pattern as the embossing folder. Once I have them all adhered together with the tape, I'm taking my Tim Holtz trimmer out again and trimming the rainbow colored panels to a slightly larger size than 3.75 inches by 5 inches. Now it's time to assemble my popsicle again. I will play some music while I'm assembling the die cut and I'll be back in a bit. Now it's time to get my Misty out again. I'm also getting the stamp from day 19 and pulling out my happy birthday sentiment. I am using the flag die from day 4 as a guide on how to align my stamp on the Misty door with the die. I'm bending the stamp in a wave following the die and making sure the Misty door is holding it. Then I'm carefully removing the die without pulling my stamp off the Misty door. I am using VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp my sentiment. And I'm die cutting my sentiment with the die that I'm using to align my stamp. Since I have my die cutting plates out, I'm also die cutting the largest film strip panel from day 17. And then it's time to ink blend on that film strip panel. I'm getting my Altenew sticky mat and my purple ink blending brush. And as previously, I'm starting to ink blend in a circular motion from the middle out with a light hand. Once I'm happy with the color contrast behind my die cut, I stop the ink blending. And now it's time to start assembling the card. I use glue to adhere my card panel on my card. You want to be generous with your glue as you want all the strips to be adhered to the card base in case your tape that is on the back loosens. Then I'm getting my foam tape for my film background frame and my foam squares for my popsicle. Once I added the dimension with the foam adhesive, I add glue to my foam to give me the few additional seconds to place my die cuts just right before they're permanently glued to my card. Then I'm adhering my sentiment with glue and finishing up my card with the Spellbinders Aurora Borealis gems. I use one above the popsicle and 2 below, and then my card is finished. Thank you for watching my video and spending your time with me today. I hope this video inspires you to create something with your advent calendar. I have linked some other videos you may be interested in above. Please press the like button so YouTube shares this video with others. I would also love it if you would subscribe to my channel so you're notified when I post another video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.